All rise, court is now in session. Because I absolutely refuse to refer to you in any way that would resemble a modicum of motherfucking respect, you Confederate creamsicle colored cuck, aka Robert E. Cheeto, aka Shitty Diaper Don, you loose bow bitch, bring your ass to the front because you on the fucking docket today. Since your inauguration, you've been making a lot of authoritarian-esque decisions, but you're unable to reach dictatorship in its final form without martial law, which you thought that black people, given our history of marching and protesting, would hand you on a silver platter. But per fucking usual, and as most racist white men tend to do, you made the gross miscalculation of thinking that you was the smartest motherfucker in the room. You never were, and you never will be. You don't have an education, a formal one anyway, but your degrees were bought and paid for by your ghastly faced daddy. And the reason why you don't use a teleprompter isn't it because you're a stable genius and you know big words and you can riff off the top of your head. It's because you can't read the words coming off of it, because you only have a third grade reading level at best. And there's a reason why your base identifies with you, because they know a fellow functioning literate when they see one. You and your administration have been doing everything possible to goad black people into taking it to the streets, because you know the moment we do, you will have carte fucking blanche to either cuff us or kill us right where the fuck we stand. And thanks to the Supreme Court, all you have to do is say it was a presidential act and you'll quite literally get away with our murders. See, migrants and immigrants, you can just deport them, whether it be legal or illegal. But with black people, therein lies your conundrum. Because see, we didn't come here of our own free will. You stole this land from the Native Americans. Your ancestors did. And because they were too lazy and inept to build on said land, they came and stole my people. This country was not built on the merit and backs of white people. It was built off the merit and backs of the black people you enslaved. So this country will always be more so ours than it will ever be yours. And so you know the only way for you to get rid of us is going to be jail or death. And either way, we're not going quietly. In one of your many feeble-minded attempts to provoke black people, you went as far as to make the statement that Derek Chauvin should be pardoned for his crime. And, you know, you really thought you cooked with that one. And you know what? I'll give credit where credit is due. You actually did. And I will tell you that as a black woman, I am 100% for you pardoning Derek Chauvin for his federal crime. Because in doing so, that will ensure that he's transferred to a state prison to finish out the rest of his sentence. Where I can assure you that once he reaches state prison, it will be the fastest grand opening, grand closing you've ever seen. So in that regard, don't put your money where your mouth is. Put that fucking pen to paper and get to work and make it happen. One thing white men never accounted for was black people becoming free, because that's the genie you've been trying to put back in the bottle since 1865. Because with our freedom came your greatest fear realized. And that is the retribution that you know is coming. Everything that's going on in this country right now, yes, it's about race and money and class. But what it really boils down to is the census. White men need white women to make white babies. Because if white women particularly continue the trend of not having children, within the next 20 to 40 years, white people would no longer be the majority. And if you're no longer the majority, you're not going to be able to battle that retribution the way that you think you will. Which is why Project 2025, that's your Civil War do-over. It's intended to be the mulligan of all mulligans. Because essentially your end game is to have black people enslaved, whether it be through jail or poverty. As black people in this country, we are born into systematic oppression. So our survival is instinctual, which is why we never have to get ready, because we fucking stay ready. So when Kendra said, nigga, we gonna be all right, it's because we will be. And to the white people and people of color that seem to be disappointed, disheartened, and downright angry at the lack of black participation this time around, let me be crystal fucking clear and letting you know that we know that you don't want us there in solidarity. You want us there as your shields. where we leave in body bags, but you get to go home safe and sound? I thinketh the fucketh not. What poor and working class white people are starting to come to terms with being the new American experience has always been the black experience. And not only are you motherfuckers tardy for the party, but as always, you came empty handed and you're still looking to be served. Make no mistake, the revolution will be televised. And black people will be watching. And will be doing so from the safety and comfort of our homes. And the only advice that we can offer you at this time is good night and good luck. Court adjourned.
Hello lovelies, welcome back to today's episode. After I came across this particular video, I think it's good we share it together because black people has been passing through a lot for so long. No wonder we are still coming here talking about this story because it's not something which is going to end soon. When some people are sharing their experience in their workplace, the way they've been treated in a different way, imagine someone want help from you by force. When you are not willing to help them, now it becomes a problem because you are from another race. Let's talk about it in this episode. Drop your opinion in the comment section. Credits belong to the original creators. Then we'll come back with more commentaries.
Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I got mine. So listen, have I ever told you that for about 5 minutes I worked in the corporate arena? I did once upon a time. I took a corporate job as a second job because it wasn't paying as much as my auto worker job. But I took it as a second job because I had my oldest son had just entered college. And if you know, you know. So I took this job, and I got to tell you, it was an office full of white women. The bosses were, a white woman and a white man. And our immediate supervisor was a white man named Mike. And there were all these white women in there, and they were all clicked up, and and the couple of black people that worked in the office, they didn't really say a whole lot to us. I think the only reason why any of the white women really even said anything to me is because I literally, and this is no lie, I outperformed every single person in that office, and it wasn't hard to do. That's just the truth. It wasn't hard to do. All I had to do was just be myself. I handed in more sales than anyone. Outperformed everyone. And at some point, I did leave that job because the white women made so much more money than I did, but I was bringing in so much more money than they were. And I understand about time and seniority. Hey, I'm an auto worker, right? I get it. Seniority is everything. But this is not one of those jobs where seniority really mattered that much, It was one of those jobs when what you brought in was how you got promoted and how you made more money. One day I went into the office, I sat down, and I told Mike, I said, I want more money. I got a kid in college, I need more money. The accolades were nice. Hey, that's amazing, your sales, oh my God, all that is nice, but it doesn't pay my bills. But anyway, there was another black woman in the office, a sister, and, she was younger than I was. And she was talking about, white folks, they love their potlucks. I never really participated in potlucks. I'm not a potluck participant, but I'll take some from my own dish because I know my own self in my kitchen. It's cultural for me. We don't eat everybody's food. We just don't. A lot of people have animals. A lot of people don't wash their hands. I just don't trust a lot of people's kitchens and food. I see how they are at work, stealing other people's food, going into the bathroom, not washing hands. I'm not eating behind any of them folks. So anyway, I made this baked macaroni and cheese with this sister of mine because I think her grandmother had recently passed, and she just had a taste for homemade baked macaroni and cheese, and You know, like, yeah, I'll do that for you, because she knew that I could cook. Like, I can cook, right? So I made this baked macaroni and cheese, made sure I put extra love in it for her, brought it to the potluck. Now, these white women that barely say 2 words to me, and the only time they really did was because they were jealous of my sales numbers. So it was all that kind of fake shit, you know, and you can't really tell them, you know, stay the fuck out of my face, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm not a fake person, so I wasn't really, you know, in their face like that. And I think that they resented me for that too. You know, I am an introvert. I sat in a desk as far away as I could by myself and did my thing. You know, that's just who I am. So anyway, the boss comes over to me, Mike, and he says, with a big old plate of macaroni and cheese, and he says, "This is the best macaroni and cheese I ever had in my life. Like, in my life." So I said, "Thank you." He said, what did you put in here? What did you do to it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just an old family recipe." That's just a nice way of saying I'm going to gatekeep the recipe because it's cultural. Well, one of these older white ladies, I forget what her name was. I literally think it was Susan. She was so nasty and so rude, and you knew she was a racist. She was just such a racist. They had so much to say about Obama. This was back in the days, you know. They had so much nasty shit to say about Obama. I was in that office struggling, fighting for me and Obama's lives, man, every single day, you know. But I dealt with it because I had a son in school that needed more help. So anyway, she comes over to my desk and she asked me for the recipe. It was like no greeting, no hi, no how you doing. She asked me for my baked macaroni and cheese recipe. Well, I told her, I said, "There's no family recipe." I said, "I may want to capitalize off and put it in a cookbook one day, so I won't be sharing." Well, when I tell you I was prime enemy number 1 after that, this woman felt so entitled to that baked macaroni and cheese. Every single day we came into that office, she talked about this baked macaroni and cheese recipe that I wouldn't give it to her. I got called selfish. I got called arrogant. I got called rude. I got called disrespectful. I got called everything except an amazing cook, which I am. So honestly, none of it never really bothered me. It was actually kind of comical to me that she was that bothered and she felt that entitled. But I tell you this story to say that if I can't do nothing, I can gatekeep Black culture. And I gotta say, with that said, I am so disappointed in so many Black people who are actively teaching white people boots on the line, boots on the floor, line dance, complete with popping, snapping fans. What is wrong with y'all? Can y'all gatekeep nothing? And then on TikTok, of all platforms, did you learn nothing? Did these white folks teach you nothing? It's like another sister over in the room said when we were talking about it over there. Next thing you know, they're going to be making money going on the Tonight Show. I said, "Sis, you ain't never lied." Because our head in the same place. It's just a dance until they start making more money. It's just a dance until they start getting recognition. It's just a dance until they leave y'all out of it. It's just a dance until they can pay their bills and you can't. With another one of your creations, your talent, your culture. It's just a dance. Right up until they not credit you. Listen, the last thing that white people need to be doing right now is a line dance. They need to be cleaning up this mess that they've made of this country. They need to be cleaning up the mess that the president that they elected is making. They need to be figuring out better ways to be in community with other people that they have marginalized, because the line dance ain't gonna do it. Y'all need to learn how to gatekeep. Y'all need to learn how to stop inviting these people to the cookout. Y'all need to learn how to say no when it comes to them. Y'all need to stop making these pathways for them to take what they feel like are the acceptable, best, better pieces of Black culture, Blackness, and Black people, while actively throwing the rest of those pieces away and vilifying those pieces in the process. Y'all have got to stop.
Not all white women? Okay. Not all snakes. Now go hug a cobra and prove me wrong. For clarity, and for the slow ones, I don't dislike white women, but I do dislike some of the shit that some white women do and say. Your problem is you hear the truth, get uncomfortable, and immediately go into defensiveness. Let me break this down like a fraction. Innocence needs no defense. But let me give you an example. If a man makes a post saying that, women have done him wrong and talking about, say it with me, his lived experiences, guess what I'm not going to do? Get triggered, because it's not me. I didn't do it. I'm going to listen. I'm going to validate. And I'm going to respect his process. I'm not going to hijack his pain to soothe my ego. But for some reason, the moment a Black woman talk about how we've been harmed, here come the Not All White Women Brigade, showing up right on schedule, cape in hand. A big part of Black women's experience in this country is that white women aren't safe. Historically, y'all have weaponized tears, rewritten events to frame yourselves as the victim, stood beside and even encouraged white men while they burned, beat, and buried damn near every other people group on the planet. Sometimes literally, often systemically. Just accept it. But no, instead of sitting with that and possibly learning something, you decide to come to my post with this bullshit in defensive mode. That makes me think it's you. Because if it wasn't you, what in the actual and entire fuck are you defending? When white people were colonizing, enslaving, erasing, redlining, bombing, lynching, and imprisoning, were you running around to the white people saying, not all Black people, don't hurt the Black people? No, you was basking in the privilege that those atrocities are fucking afforded you, living deliciously off the labor, pain, and bodies of everybody else. But now that we refuse to shrink to your presence, it's not all white women. Might as well fucking be. Go in the MAGA comment section and tell them not all Black people, not all LGBTQ plus. Tell them not all immigrants. Go correct them people. They need you. That's your homework. We good over here. We don't need you. My content don't change interest rates. My content don't sign executive orders. Why are you so worried? I make this content to validate Black people and specifically Black women who have been victimized by your fuckery and foolishness. Black people in general and Black women specifically. It did happen. You're not crazy. It was wrong. And you ain't got to explain a motherfucking thing to people who benefited off your pain. Now, I'm with the peace, poise, patience, okay? But don't get it twisted. You can still get gathered. Black women, go hit that link in the bio and get that Black Women's Elevation course and that Financial Elevation course, please. So we can get this segregation movement started, because liberation ain't just emotional. It's economic.
As I was trying to hear this story very well, the way these Black people are trying to share the experience, what they've been passing through, I think it's not something new for each and everyone who been in America, especially Black Americans. You all know this is not something which came in 20th century, 21st century. This is something these people has been passing through. They've been screaming for so long, saying we are being treated different. These people never like us. These people, they are jealous of our progress here and there. They are trying their best level to make our life miserable. Now see, imagine you are working same with others, but whenever something happen, they always come to check on you. They always look a problem from you. Either there is a problem or not, they will try their best level to cause quarrel, to cause misunderstanding. If someone is there, you are asking, do these things for me, and that person is telling you, no, me, I'm not willing to do that things. Why would from you would it a problem? Why would you take it in a bad way when someone responds you in a polite way? You have heard this black woman. She was trying to explain the way they came for her and asked her, please share your recipes, the way you cook this food. This black lady responded that I can't share these recipes because this is a family secret. We can't do each and everything. We can't share each and everything. We have boundaries, and you feel bad because they don't want to share it. I think this time around, especially white women, they still have a long way to go, because you remember that video when it went viral, that white lady was trying to say, dear black women, dear black people, how do you want us to behave whenever we are around you? After I heard that video, I think some of them, they do it intentionally, but other people, the way they grow up, they do it the way they don't know what they are even doing. You can't tell how. You are just there. You want always to take something from someone. You want to take always advantage of someone. You are just there. You want to copy their talent. You want to steal each and everything from them. You have heard most of the things people are using right now in our day basics. See, let's talk about America. All was black inventions, but it tried to go in books. Few people are still recognized because they have erased that history. They always try to make it look like these people, they are the great people. White people, they are the most high. They are the people who did each and everything we are seeing right now. But the truth, you all know how each and everything started. You all know how each and everything kept going on. Now, when we are coming here talking about this, they were till death. Black people are still have that trauma they went through. They still sharing, please, please. We have different culture, traditions, and values. It doesn't mean we will always be looking as enemies in your eyes. I don't understand why you can't leave us alone. I don't understand why you can't give us that rest. You can't let us mind our business, because I don't understand how come you are just there. You are sitting peacefully. You are doing your things. When that person come to you, say, please, please, I need a service from you. I need you to do these things, this, that, this, that. I've seen some black people, they come out to share. I can share whatever they want me to share. But let's talk about this. Have you ever seen something black, white women came out to teach black people? Have you ever seen something like that? When they know something, you won't see them sharing it. You won't see them coming out to see, oh, see, let's do this together. No. But whenever you are doing something, they always take eyes on you. They always try their best level to steal that talent from you. You remember this video went trend. There is this black woman came out to share her stories. To she created a funny videos on TikTok and went viral in a short period possible. A lot of white girls came out to copy her talent, her content, and people were saying, why these people, they always sit there to wait black people to invent something so that they will take that things from them? Why they can't create their own things from their talent? Why it's always black people? Why it's always us? Now you see, imagine when we are coming here talking about something like this, we are not trying to make people hate each other, or we are not spreading this misunderstanding. No, we are trying to educate the society that this time around, whenever you see black people come out to talk their experience, what they've been passed through, what they are passing through, it doesn't mean they hate these people, they work together. No, they are trying to share it so that people will know Black people has been passing it through a lot, has been explaining what the I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand when it's this small minority came out to share their testimony. It brings some negative energy. But when it's from another race, people will say, oh, sorry for you, sorry for you. Guys, I don't know what you think about this episode. Do you think this behavior or of this misunderstanding or this mindset, you are just there, you want to extract each and every time things from other people, you want just people to be there to work for you, you want just people to share whatever they know, even from their privacy, even though it's not necessary for you, but that person, when he doesn't feel to share it, it's now a problem. See, you have seen since this administration came back in place, this tension of racism started to escalate. It started to rise up again on high speed. I don't know. I don't know how these things are going to end for sure, because each and every time we keep talking about this, we keep seeing people claiming here and there, see what we are passing it through, see what the way they treat us, see here and there. Guys, I don't know what you think about today's episode. Drop your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.